All right, so our first lightning talk is by Danai from KU Leuven. Their talk is entitled iRODS to Dataverse, Python package to deposit an iRODS dataset to Dataverse.
So thank you for the organization and the opportunity to present our work towards the integration of iRODS and Dataverse. And this work is a result of a collaboration between KU11 and SURF. And it is great to see that there is some interest in this integration, and hopefully we can continue working on this generic solution we are developing. Because as data manager consultants, we envision integrated systems and tools to facilitate our users and minimize their effort in following best practices for the management of their data across the different stages of the data lifecycle. And in this lifecycle, data will be active at some stage, and at another stage, this data may be published, while published data may get reanalyzed, and this is where the iRODS Dataverse integration enters the picture. So today we focus on the implementation of programmatically creating a draft dataset publication from data stored in iRODS into a configured Dataverse installation. And we aim to a flexible process managed by RDM and open to users, which could be useful for the community, the iRODS community at large, hopefully. At this point of our developments, we have openly shared the Python package, and this includes a verbose user script. So moving to the components of this package, the package expects input from RDM for the configuration of its new Dataverse installation to be supported before the user script is executed. Configuring the installation equals extending the custom class of the irods2dataverse package, which is based on the dataset class of the PyDataverse package. And this class has its own alias, name, base URL, and metadata template. Now moving to the user input, three components are expected. First, the user should select the iRODS dataset, which equals to providing the data path of the data objects meant to be published. And we opted for a data object selection to provide more flexibility to the user in selecting files, whatever the folder structure is. The selection can be done either by attaching metadata in iRODS, and the script would query for the set of metadata expected to trigger this process. Alternatively, the user can provide a Python list with the path of the data objects. The second input is that the user should specify the target Dataverse installation, and this equals to providing the name of the installation from the controlled list of the predefined Dataverse, pre-configured Dataverse installations. And this is done also via iRODS metadata or via the CLI. And the API token is used for connecting to the Dataverse installation. And third, the user should provide the dataset metadata, and this equals to filling in the metadata template of the specific Dataverse installation. And there are fields that are standard and fields that are custom for its Dataverse. And we see here the standard metadata is dataset title, description, or author information. And then Radar requires also keywords, access information, and file formats. And there are three ways that we support to provide this metadata. So for Mongo users, the metadata can be provided in a schema and mapped to the Dataverse template, while for non-Mongo users, metadata can be provided either interactively via the CLI, or the users can fill in a shortened version of the Dataverse template. Finally, some highlights of the process. Of course, the user should be already authenticated to iRODS in a specific zone, and the user should be authenticated interactively during the execution of the script to the Dataverse installation. And the script validates the metadata based on whether they match the template of the Dataverse installation and initiates a draft data set which has a DOI. For each data object, then a storage identifier is requested, and this ID is used in direct upload direct upload file to S3 wherever the direct upload is possible. Metadata is attached to iRODS object in every step of the process so that we can follow up on the status of the deposit. And currently, the metadata can be initiated, processed, or deposited for each data object with a timestamp. And we still have work to do for the stable version 1 of the Python package, but the 004 version is openly available in PyPy and GitHub, and you are welcome to test and contribute. I did have a short demo, but I think I'm over time. So I just want to thank you, and I'm happy to take any questions or hear from you if you are interested in this integration.
All right, thank you. I guess we can take a question or two. A question here.
Hi, I'm Claudio from Surf, and my question is about the authentication. So how you said the user need to be authenticated in iRODS, right, to run this script, but then is also requiring an authentication for Dataverse, or is not necessary?
So there is an API token provided to authenticate into the Dataverse installation, and this is happening interactively during the user script. So here, if you still see in the demo, the token is provided and the connection is starting, and then we have to maintain this connection for as long as the file upload is happening. Is that addressing your question?
Hi, Danai. This is Alice from Surf. It's really
Hi.
nice to see how far you've come. I was wondering, maybe it's a bit early to ask, but I was wondering whether you'd already considered data in the other direction, so pulling data from Dataverse into iRODS.
Yes, this is part of the plan, and I remember you're also interested in this, so we definitely talk a bit more about it. Yes, so there should be a way to download data from the Dataverse based on the DOI, and there is a Python script already provided by our colleagues in Libis that we can generalize and use it maybe.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.